Hello, welcome to this video. Today we're looking at Microsoft PowerPoint and how we can create a quiz panel. So let me just show you what it looks like. So I'm used the zoom feature with this. For those not familiar with the zoom feature, I will go through it in more detail in a moment. But let's just present that slideshow. And you can see what we've got is a series of zoom summaries. We can click onto it. It brings up the question. We can then click again. The timer starts counting down. And when the counter runs out, the answer is revealed. So that's what we're going to have a go at creating. If you're interested in watching a detailed video on how to do the countdown sidebar, then click on the banner in the top right hand corner. Okay, let's escape that and make a start. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to add a new slide. So we'll do insert new slide. Once you've done one slide, you can simply duplicate it. So let's do new slide. I'm going to get rid of all of the text boxes because I don't want to have anything in here at this point. And then first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to insert another text box just in the middle of the slide. So this is going to be my answer box. So we'll click in there and type answer, and then we can align that centrally. Then after doing that, we'll go back to the insert menu. We're going to use shapes. I'm going to insert a shape in here. That will do. I'm going to change the color of the shape and we're going to get rid of the outline. I just think it looks cleaner. So we've now got our outline. We can double click into the box and we could put in our question text. Now I'm just going to put question for speed. So we've now got our question and our answer box. We can insert another text box if we wanted to, like I've done for the number of the quiz question. So again, we could do a text box. We can drag that, type in our number, select that, come up to the home tab, and we could increase the size. On my slides I found 115 is good, so we can just type that in there because it only gives us the option to go up to 96. So I've made that the right size. Whilst it's selected, again we can set the color, so we'll have that as blue. So we've now got our question box, our number slide. The next thing we need to do is to add our countdown timer. So we're going to do the same thing again. We're going to click insert. We're going to go to shape. We're going to choose a shape. And we're going to have the countdown slide timer the same size and width as the question box. So we've got one there. We're going to duplicate that. I'm just going to go copy and paste. And with the first one, I'm going to get rid of the fill. So where it says shape fill, I'm going to click the drop down and choose no fill. And then I'm going to do the opposite with the one I've just made a copy of. So we're going to get rid of the fill. So there's no outline. Sorry, get rid of the outline. So there's no outline. And we're going to drag those so they line up. We're going to make sure that we can see the outline around the outside of our slide. Yeah, I think that's good. We'll just shuffle in a fraction. Okay, so I'm now happy that I've got that there. Just one more little tweak here. Okay, so now we're happy with that. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the green fill of our slider. We're going to come up to animations. I've got my animation pane visible. If it's not, just click animation pane to make it visible. And then from the animation slides, we're going to choose wipe, and then down on our animation pane where it says property and under the effects options, we're going to choose from right. And I've got that on click. Now duration wise, you can alter that as you see fit. So you can see you've got various default options, or you can type into it. So typically I give the students 30 seconds, but for the purpose of this video, just so you can see the effect, I'm just going to set it to 5 seconds. So I've now set my animation for my countdown timer. So let me just play that so you can see what that looks like. So when I click on it, it slides down, and that tells students how long they've got left. Now you can see on the other slides I have added a line, inserted a line and some time bits so they can see exactly how long they've got, and I gave them 30 seconds. Anyway, back to my slide. So we've now added the animation for the countdown. The next thing we want to do is we want to add the animation for the question. So we've got the question there. Now, instead of going for animation, we choose animation, but we're going to go for exit effects. So we don't want it to come in, we want it to go out. So we'll click on the exit effects option and we're going to choose fly out. and we want it to fly out to the bottom. So we want it to go down as it goes. And as far as when we want it to start, on the timing option, we're going to click after previous. So we want it to disappear once the animation for the timer has finished. So we choose after previous, and then hopefully when we play it from the start, making sure we've got both selected, the countdown will happen and then the answer's revealed. So that's how we've got our slide, answer and question and countdown timer. Next thing we're going to do is have a go at creating the zoom feature. So first off, what you need to do is between each slide, you need to add a section. So if you right click in between the slides, you'll have the option to add a section. You can label that section. You can see I've got sections appearing on all of my slides. So you can see I've got a section there. And then very simply, what we'll do is we're going to delete that slide for the purposes of this. Let's actually just delete the contents. And then all we do is we go up to insert. Now this function is only available on the full version of PowerPoint, not available in the browser-based version. But you'll find that there is an option on the full version under insert for zoom, and you can see we've got a variety of zooms. We've got a section zoom, a slide zoom, or a summary zoom. A slide zoom allows you to pick which ones you want to include, so I could just select the ones I wanted to include, but in this case I want all of them. So instead of choosing that, I'm going to choose summary zoom. It selects the majority of them, so you can see we've got all of them bar the first one, which is fine. That's what I'm after. I can click insert and I can arrange them as I see fit. So just as you would with other drawing things and shapes, we can alter the size of that as we see fit. Now obviously it hasn't lined up quite as I want it, but I could tweak that to adjust it. I've got an odd one out because I've just added a slide, but I'm happy with that. And we can position that up. I mean, I could change the layout of the slides if I wanted. Change the layout of the whole slide so you can't see anything apart from the questions. So having done that, if I go to preview the slideshow, it brings up this screen. And what I like about the zoom is that could be displayed. You ask the students to pick a number, so they pick a number. They click onto the question, it zooms straight to the question. You click, you give them a little bit of time to read that. So, and when you think you've had long enough to read the question, you click again, and that provides the start of the animation. So the countdown starts, and you can see the color fading. This is a slightly longer one. So this is 30 seconds. Maybe slightly shorter than 30 seconds, but you get the idea. Just as the question finishes, the answer should reveal itself, and there you go. And when you click again, it should take you back to the panel. So there you have it. I hope you found the video useful. If you did, remember to subscribe to the channel. If you want to find out more about how you can use PowerPoint in interactive ways with your students, click on the banner in the top right hand corner. Remember to subscribe to the channel and join me again soon for more EdTech videos. Thanks for watching.